Yeshua John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Emra born in Tuano, he made a number of promises. Now, promises need be say Oba appointed 60 ministers or less. We were looking at how I know where they can issue an executive instrument, realigning some ministries and scrapping some ministries as well. I think that it is in order. It is a way of showing, say, indeed, he respects the people of Ghana that he signed the social contract with. Dear Bakwa, me very fascinated about, me very much interested about the Ministry of Youth. Ministry of Youth because me real parliament at the age of 30. In fact, the two Obama me in the prime minister, I was just 29 years. Mrante Nemabawa Utafone and Penfo Utafona gave me that opportunity as a youth. The idea is that Mrante Nemabawa and a dorsal. And so if you have one of their own to lead that, what that means, and they say, Obe to me, yeah, they also to me and all the boy Mrante Nemabawa because he already finds himself into it. And if you check the population census of Ghana, so the latest one that was done, Mrante Nemabawa is featured greatly. So can there be asoye bia sa asoye ne betimi ahwe eye ministry no nko a eno ntina mama ni age ho na mebo John Dramani Mahama abaso say ye mrante na ye wo mu no, especially for those of us who find ourselves in parliament. It's a good step and we are going to support him to be able to attain the vision and the mission as far as the ministry is concerned. It is a very big ministry, if you ask me. And so, if what I'm hearing is true, that ministry is going to house or superintend over agencies like YEA, to be superintended over agencies like NYEA, Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, GEA, then it means you cannot go without a deputy minister. You will need a deputy minister for such a ministry. Minister and deputy minister Mabawa they have the intellectual capacity, the the understanding of the youth in Sisiano to be able to find a way near to me deal with it. I am just hoping that this suggestion will be heeded to na enquire ministry a deputy minister, because all these agencies are very big agencies that you will need a certain kind of hands, those with some amount of understanding as to how the sector works near to me the Abuam. So it's a good step and I commend John Dramani Mahama for that. I think that this country has given the youth an opportunity. Medical Camera Parliament number 30 years. We knew about Francis Kamura Parliament 22 years, 23 years. Maybe it's in Cancer Board doing a third term or woman. I don't think so. Maybe it's about 37 years, but that is in a third term. The lives of Okudeta Black Kamura Parliament, they were quite young, and I felt if Ozuko Ashimu now be Remubi. I mean, these are young people, Millicent, people 30, 29, parliament. So it tells you that there is a certain kind of space and future for the young people in this country. And that space and future, we need to be able to use it well as young people. And that's why you see, we will be seen as disappointing the people who put us there. There's always this argument of youth empowerment, youth empowerment, youth empowerment. So if people are empowering the youth, I was here no ma ebetum dia bo amrante. I was here no ma ebetimi aye nhesodi anase susudie bi e dia ma mrante ne babawa na ewo amonte no so omohwe no, so that they can have some amount of space, any belief in the leadership that we put out there. In fact, first and foremost, we should also be sure, say, is there an adequacy of enough resources that is going to be allocated to the ministry? And suddenly to me crash say, oh, in Ghana, allocation of resources doesn't mean actual resources. Until I can say, oh, you allocate 1 billion, but in the end, you will not have that 1 billion that is being given to the ministry. Most of the say, okay, budgetary allocation. So first and foremost, they're interested in, they say, beyond the budgetary allocation, can we make sure and the adequacy of that money, the adequacy of the resources that will be allocated to the Ministry of Youth and Sports? As I said, I am interested in it. So I'm the first budget bar. I want to look at the line items as to what the Ministry of Youth Benya and the Ombeso year, which I think say in my estimation say inadequate. I should be able to support any motion, I should be able to support any argument to make sure say to me increase the Minister of Youth. Unfortunately, any Minister for Education now, so when the Minister of Education and very difficult for parliamentary processes where you use question time. Now, what to me, I file a question to get the Minister of Education to come and explain what is actually happening. And I said, the entire some of these challenges are ongoing. As I said, the Ministry of Education, the Free State Secretariat, I know, is also doing their bit. Unfortunately for us as a nation, I mean, policy, and at the bonnet, policy is a good policy, but there are challenges. I won't run away from those challenges. But having said that, and then I could make an argument someday, be say, yes, the challenges we were. I also buying, and as a Ghana for you, our challenges. But me not take us a bina acquire as a be free such as the cry the bonia. Then and I say they want to make argument to make it look as if said, "Oh, more the buy no crown, or man, you knew who ye no more the I get worried. I get worried because education, irrespective of how you get it, it is education. There is a consensus and also argument from every side of the Ghanaian public say, "Yenye education, yenye quality." It is a me mete dumha na sebe dumha me way the me na say bi am say me sua de me need formal education. Now if say there's a formal education na say ni nkunya wa ha meka say ni nkunya ntimi nkotena fie we na okan na nkofon hye dan ase no the first say nkunya ni ho no doesn't mean say ma nya education say me gina ho na manya education a enya de papa de Minkasa ya de papa. Nemum no eye chen say when your education cry. Eye chen say akoda be ko school. Na school no any difficulties with ebia feeding. And that's akra ni need crowd. There are some difficulties. Tinkoda ni be crampo they resort to the mo chop boss. Enya de papa. Enya de papa. But I'm also stating that it is better as compared to 2013, 2016, when some of them were just home, by a true ones. By a true ones, and a bimkosuku. A be Dutch say because there was no government policy that would admit these students whether they had the money or not. So yes, let's have a stakeholder engagement. Maybe so you can say, a convince I can say, oh, oti biasi anasiwa oti okosuku krana unia kunya yechen. No, let's understand the context very well. We should not just criticize for criticizing sake. As a nation, you know, the need to me aye. Na suku semwa ye wo Ghana han ye be ye ni ye. But your levels, you can say nunti close schools no, and I can say nunti nkran metene fi there be. The kids will have to be educated, irrespective of how the challenges will be. They will have to be educated. The days of old, papa no, they went through hell before some of them were educated. And when they tell you their stories, you could see, say, yes, this is a journey well lived, or this is a life well lived. I am not saying we should have the same thing, no. I'm only saying that whilst we progress to get things better, like what Finland does. In Finland, primary school will be a PhD in a child year because they have a robust education system. Whilst we progress to get to that level, let us not say, senior high school, free senior high school. We cannot say that. And that will not be the way to go. Let's approach those challenges that we have as a nation. Then deal with those challenges very well.